Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and today I'm going to be starting a new series on circles again. I had a circle one before, but this one I've been inspired by, well, I am inspired by Sue Spargo, and she has... I keep dropping stuff on the floor because I'm not packing it up nicely. I'm just leaving it laying around. That's not good. But anyway, she has these little bits on the front of this book, but I haven't actually been copying anything off her yet. Well, I'm not going to. I'm just using techniques that she uses on things, okay? The only part that's like what she does is I'm putting it on this panel because I want to use it as a, well, it'll be for my own self, but, you know, for ideas and just for the sake of doing it, okay? So I'm just going to make this for me. Now, so far I've made some circles, and I did that by getting one of these little rounds that I've got here, which is 19 millimeters. That would be very small, okay? So I have lots of rulers, and I do like to use the pink one because it's bright. So this would be 1.5 inches maybe across there, okay? And that's what, I'm not quite, yeah, see, that's 1.5 inches. So I've cut these colours out. Now, don't panic because I will be doing more of these pieces down on the others eventually. You know, there'll be more bits of this sewing, but I've showed you before how to do a lot of those bits. Now, this piece that I'm working on here now is I just randomly cut it out at 6 3/4 by I think about 13 inches. I think I measured it one time before. Yes, it's about 13 inches, which is okay. I mean, you know, it's good. People don't like the number 13, I suppose, but what are you going to do? Anyway, so on here so far, I have just put that one on, and I have put a blanket stitch round. And on that one, I have just put a stab stitch round. I cut my finger with a... I'm going to take this off. I cut my finger this morning on the thing that I was getting my pills out of, on the pill packet. And it's, I'm going to have to take this off because I can't sew bandages up like this. I just had to stop it from making a mess. Okay, so, yeah, so that was really bad that I did that. It was very annoying. I need to do stuff and I haven't got time for that. So on this one here, I've actually done a fly stitch around the edge, and then I put some beads. Now, you don't have to worry that you don't know how to do any of that, because I'm sure by the time we get to the bottom, we're going to have a lot more ideas coming the way. I just wanted to show you what it is that we're going to be making, okay? So you can make this along with me. Don't want that one, it's too close to... So I've cut these all out yesterday, so I could come in here and look at that. That's really bad. That's really badly chopped, that one, isn't it? I tried to do my best. I got, you know, how you start doing something and you think, oh, this is taken. Well, I wasn't really impatient with it as much as I can set it on there and I can go around. These things here I bought on AliExpress. I probably told you that before, these rounds and the circles. They were in a packet with a whole heap of other shapes. Really good price too it was. I think it was extremely good price for what they are. I'll show them to you in a minute because maybe you haven't seen them yet. So, but so that's round. That's rounds on it. Okay, how about that? So they'll go there, and we're just going to keep on working our way down the piece. Here they are. Like I've got these. Okay, so there's that one in the rounds, and that one's a round one, of course. But then there's all these other shapes, and it's really good because you've got your outside piece and you've got your inside piece. So, really good solid thing. It's actually a really hard plasticky thing. It looks like it's coated with paper, see? Well, it is coated with paper. It's stuck on there. And that's good. And this tells you how big these circles are. So they're good for doing shuffle puffs or yo-yos, whatever people call them these days. You never know. This one here's a 19 millimetre, and so is that one. So there's two of them, so that's good. But that's what size I used to make these. Okay, you can use the end of the, top of a bottle, or use your protractor or anything that's your compass thing or anything. You make a circle. It's up to you. And then I'm hoping I'll be able to do some leaves after. My husband must have wanted me for something, now he's gone out. But anyway, it mustn't have been that important, I hope. I usually don't get started straight away when I come in here. I usually do a lot of peeping about through things and collecting up stuff, but I'm not going to do that today. I want to get on with this. Now, I've cut out 2 of each colour, but I might be able to find some different colours. We'll see what happens. But I'm not going to be putting all of them on today. And then I have leaves. So we'll do leaves too later, but let's work on this to start with. So I wonder, what's the thing I had? I had something here earlier. Did I have something earlier I wanted to put on here? Where is it? It's a little picture. It's a little picture on a piece of fabric. So we'll be using fabric and felt. Now, some of this felt is part wool, part acrylic. I do have some that's all acrylic, but I'm not using that because it's too stiff. I don't want to use that, it's too stiff. These ones are good because they're half and half, and I had that picture of that little birdie somewhere that I cut out that I wanted to use. Isn't that incredible, eh? I don't know what I did with it. I know my husband's going to get my scan and cut and take it out to the lounge room. I know he was going to do that for me because I'm going to use that later and cut out some things. Suppose I might get him to film what I'm doing if I get it. Oh, well, I'll get it going and I can show you some. We'll see anyway. What did I do with that piece of material? Because there's only a little bird in captivity it was. I don't believe this. Yes, I do. Doesn't this happen to me every time? It does, doesn't it? I'm collecting up circles here. No, that's not it. There's a little bird on a piece of fabric and it's cut into a circle. I'm going to use him because I'm going to make a circle. Show you how to make the circle around him. I wish he could have come in and asked me what he wanted. He should have done that. I'm sure he'd be right though. He said he didn't have anything much to do today, so he's going because it's raining. So he's going to get, because he can't go out there. I suppose he can go in the garden if he needs to do a few bits, but so he said, I'll bring it out for you today. So that's good. I'm going to be able to go out there and use it because it's in the spare room. I don't believe I've lost this. Now I'm not happy. Dear, oh dear. Oh dear. It was sitting here when I first come in here. Maybe it's under here. Because I didn't pick it up and shift it on with anything, did I? Anyway, I don't think I can find another piece because it was only one there. Truth. Anyway, I'm going to keep going because otherwise if I don't do that I'm going to forget what I've told you and I won't be able to make the next video, with all the information on it, if I've informed you on anything. But anyway, I think my husband could be having trouble with the cat. He likes to be everywhere we are. And anyway, so I hope you haven't turned me off because I'm still going to keep going now anyway. So I've got my pencil, and that's good. So it'll draw and it's like a chalky pencil and it'll draw on your circles and then you cut them out and it goes all right like that. Okay, now for this one here I'm going to have to find something to put on that. So you'd put a blanket stitch around the outside, which is good and easy enough. Then if you want to put a piece in the centre, you can go with a little piece in the centre. Let me see, got a whole heap here cut out, so I should be able to do that. I used to find it all yesterday, and then you know how that is. It just all disappears on you then, doesn't it? I don't know what that'll look like. It might be all right. There's a bright pink one, and there's a light pink one. I might do the light pink one because that's pink around the outside there. Okay. I wonder what I did with that piece of fabric. It's not stuck to my arm, is it? I'll have to find something else so I can show you what I'm going to do on that. Okay, I'm just doing it, but I'm thinking, you know. So is that too thick? Might be a little bit too thick, that thread. Oh, now my cat's going to start. Okay. I'm going to put this colour in the middle on something. I'll do something with that. And we're just using pearl thread, and I've got a milliner's needle here. It's got a reasonably good eye and it's very long. And it's the sort that I like to use. It is really cloudy out there today. Raining and cold. I suppose it is winter time anyway, after all, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm here scanning the table, trying to see that thing. Ah, dear. I'll have to find something else to do it with, won't I, now? But anyway, so I'm going to do this one here first. I want to make little things going from one side to the other, but whether I put it, I'll start in the middle because I want to do 7 spokes out. Okay, I want to do 7 spokes. So that's 1. Try to get it in the centre if you can. 7 spokes. 1. Maybe I could draw. I can't see that on there. I'll try and see if I can do it without too much trouble. We'll go 2. You can draw your lines in that you want to follow if you want to do that. 3. And then we're going to do 4 more. 1, 2, okay. Here. You need an uneven number. Okay. 1 over this way. Just take it right back to the centre. I've got to work out how to put this camera here so we can see everything that's going on. Over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Alright. Just evenly space them around the best you can. Okay. Alright. So this is easy to do. This is not hard what we're doing. It's all fun though, I tell you. It's coming unthreaded. Now I'm thinking that I want to do some, I'll put it there so because I want to do this. But I'm going to change the colour because adding more colours and that is a good variety and it's a good way of doing this. You know, it's like a little decoration, is it? It's like an interesting thing, isn't it? So we need something now to go around in there. And will I stick with the pink or will I go off and do something a bit more? Because there's pink underneath. What do you think I should put under there? Did I bring my cotton in here? I've got lots of it, but I've got plenty here on the table anyway. How about the purple? The purple will go really good, won't it? Yes, but can you see it enough? That's the thing. Will you be able to see it? I've got an orange one here somewhere. I do like a good orange thread. What's that? Yellow. Maybe the yellow might... Oh, that'll look good. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Now, sometimes, I've seen these done all in the same colour tones, you know, all the same colourways. You know, you got all creams and earthy colours, real light earthy colours. But I thought I'd do all the different colours because I don't have a real lot of anything the same colour. So I'm going to come up through the back of here again in the inside and we're going to do a woven thing where we go underneath with the back of our needle, right, over the first one under that, over, under, and when we get back to there, over, under, we should be right, shouldn't we? Look at that. Over, under, put it a bit tighter. It'll start to, when it starts to come out a bit further, you'll be able to see it a bit better. It's pulling it up a fair bit, isn't it? It's going. Whoops, I made a mistake. I've done that wrong. Missed one. Take it in there. I hope I haven't got that caught in the felt. I might have done. Even though I'm using the back of it, I think I did get it caught. Look at that. You've got to be careful. You don't want it caught up. See? It is caught up. Goodness me. So I bought some felt pieces online way back, and they're not really right, so we must be careful of what we buy when we shop online, eh? You just don't know. But I don't know whether I was using it for something that it didn't matter. I don't remember now what I used it for, but it was very, I'll show you, stiff. These ones that you get a whole heap of colours, and it's really stiff, you know, really. It just depends what you want to do with it. Some of it looks alright, you know, but it's not. That grey one looks nice, doesn't it? It just depends what you want to do with it. So this one I'm using is like a real soft, nice softer one, you know. You can usually buy these pretty good, different places. Nice ones. I can't say what price range they are because I used to pay $1 for mine at the shop that used to be here for 12 by 10 or 12 by 8 or something piece, and that was really good. And I often get up there and buy some felt. If there was nothing else for me that I wanted, I'd buy some felt. I'd feel like it was something I was going to use, and I am now, so there you go. So this is just going around in here for a little minute. We're not going to fill the whole thing in because we don't want to cover over all the pink. So we go over that one, under that one, over that one, under that one. Okay, and you just keep going around there like that until you feel that's enough of that. Okay. Oh dear, what have I got a bit of fluff in that? Alright. Now, it just depends what you're looking for in your piece of work. If you want to do this, decorate this up, you know, as much as you can, you can. Now, I'm just going to go in here underneath the back. And I'm going to take it on an angle through to the back. So it hopefully goes down. So, of all things, I got it to go through the knot, didn't I? Now, I'm going to put, I'm going to be putting some blanket stitches around the edge of this. So, that's why, but I'm not going to do that until I have, what have I got here? Goodness me. Is there a join in this? No. What is it doing to me? I wonder. Wow, that's bad. I got it through anyway, whatever that is. I'm going to blanket stitch around the edge, but not until I have covered it with something on the back, okay? Because then whatever I put on the back, I want it to go in, like, them to both be blanket stitched together. So that's that, but I think I'd like something around the edge of that. And when I find another bit of inspiring thing on one of these pieces of material I've got here, I'm going to do another thing. I had a little bird. I did have a little bird, but he's gone. He flew away. So these are some of the ones I did before. I probably showed you these many times, I don't know. But these were way back a few years now. I think I did a circle, what's the name on circles, a series, and I did lots of different ones. These are the same, though, a bit, but I just did lots of different circle things to show you different stitches and that. I'm just going to get a mouthful of water now and find something that I can put in a picture to put on there. I need a picture to put on there. I need a piece of, I don't know what that's going to be. Don't hide that in there somewhere. You won't be able to find it. I could put a little flower on, I suppose. Nice flower would look nice, wouldn't it? I need something that's interesting. I don't have a lot of choices here now. I did before. But when things change, they do change, and you don't. There's a cat on that. I don't think I want a cat on it. He's too big anyway. He won't fit. This one's too big, this cat. He's not going to fit on there. And the chook's probably doesn't look. Where's the chook? I have a chook. A chook and a flower. I don't think I want a chook. I might do that flower. I might do the flower, okay? So I think I got these pieces of fabric that I'm working with here at Big W, I think, these ones. I don't know. I think this one come from there a long time ago, fat quarter, and so I've got that flower. Because I like this on here, I'm going to have that flower. Okay, so this is the size of the piece of felt. That's the size of the piece of felt, okay? So let's see if we can get a flower closer to the edge somewhere. This one here's good. Yep, I like that. So now I'm going to draw around the outside with my little pencil, hopefully. It will go around there. And round in. Oh, I don't know if I need to do it in the middle. You can only just see that, can't we? Now that thing that's in the centre, I think this might be too small. I've got these little pieces of felt here that I bought. Maybe it's not. Oh, look at that. That can be an inside piece. I'll show you that in a minute. Now we're going to cut this out. This is going to be way too big, I think. What I'm doing here, I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to think this is going to be too big. So that's my daughter ringing back her father. Because I tried to ring her this morning. I suppose it could be for me, but I'm busy. It's amazing, isn't it? You can... I miss a few phone calls because I'm doing stuff, but can't be helped. Now that, see, because I need that centrepiece to be the size of that piece there. Oh, you can see on the back. I should have drew that on there, shouldn't I? Righto. Now I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut this back. Because I can use that as a guide, I'm going to cut that back. Now you can get a piece of cardboard and cut out yourself a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper. But I think I'd recommend the cardboard because I want something that's got a bit of, or the felt piece, you know. You need something that's got a bit of stability about it because you want something that's going to do what you need it to do, see? So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to... I should have made it a bit bigger. In hindsight, we should have made that a bit bigger. But anyway, let's see what we've got here threaded up. It's a bead needle, but it'll do because it's got a bit of thread on it, and I don't want to be, you know, fiddling around too much and not getting anywhere with the thread. Too long to thread things up. Righto, so we're going to go around here. Okay. As close to the outside as you can get without fraying it. You can get some fray stop onto that if you wanted to, so it won't fray. But a circle's not that fray really, because it's all different, goes over all different threads and that, so it shouldn't be. I don't know how that... I understand what I'm saying. I don't know if you will. Sorry about this. Ah, dear. Thank you, everybody, for your lovely comments. I really appreciate that. I did get a chance to send back some this morning, so that was good because I didn't get up till a bit later than usual, and hubby was putting on some curried chicken for lunch, so he puts it into the slow cooker, and by gee, it's tasty. Yesterday he made himself some pea and ham. I might have said that on the last video, I don't know. And I don't really have that, so he made me some curry chicken, and then we can have, you know, that'll last us a couple of days anyway, if we want to have a couple of meals at lunchtime of it or something like that. But, you know, it just depends what you feel like. So if you've got that in there, that piece, you're going to, this is like covering a button in a way, isn't it? You want to just pull that up. Hopefully I've got the flower in the centre. Oops, a bit over, moving him over a tiny bit. He's a tiny bit off centre, isn't he? Oh dear. I don't think that matters, does it? Just pull it up the best you can. And see, that's why I suggested a bit of cardboard or this stiffer felt. It works. You know, I bought these circles because I used them at the back of my flowers when I make the fabric flowers. Now I'm going to try and get this to work here. There must have been someone looking for me because he's not talking on the phone. I was supposed to be going to talk to my daughter, but I'll just have to ring him back, whoever it is, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's the physio person. I bet you it was her. I left her a message before Easter, and I'd say that was her because it's Wednesday today, and I think she only works on a Wednesday. I don't know if she's going to help me. My pains are just too much sometimes. It's okay, but you got to keep going. I said to hubby this morning, I showed him, was I showing him something on my hands? And he said, look, you got crooked. I said, yeah, they're crooked, I know that. I suppose he doesn't really look at me that closely all the time. My fingers, not my hands. And this happens when you've got arthritis like that. And I'm unlucky enough to get a lot of it in my body, so. But there's nothing we can do about that, I'm afraid. There's painkillers, but I don't want. I'm on ones that are not that strong because I don't want to be asleep all day. That's what would happen to me. I've just got things I've got to do. I would rather be awake, thanks. Sometimes I used to say, well, if you've got pain, you're alive, I suppose. You still feel pain, you're still alive. That's a bit silly, probably. Oh, look at that. Don't you think that looks really cool? I do like it. I hope you can see that plenty good enough. Oh, okay, now you can. Look at that. Isn't that snazzy? So try to get all these peaky bits, you know, because you don't want any little peaky bits poking out the side bit. There you go. Try and get all them bits. Because somehow we're going to stitch this on here. I might just take it through to the back now with this needle. Okay. And then I'll end it off there. And it's a bit crooked, but I made a mistake, didn't I? I didn't get it straight enough. I'll use this needle to thread this back up so I can end it off. Because the bead needle will take a bit too long. I didn't go right through to it at all because I've got to work out now what I'm going to put to hold it down, okay? We've got to make sure it's in the centre. I've got a little bit there sticking out. I want it in the centre of there. And then we'll have 3 done. So that's only another piece of felt with a fly stitch. But we're going to continue with this one. I don't know what time I came in here, so I'm hoping I don't go over the time with it. But now I need something to actually put round there to join that on, okay? So we've got a bit of green on that back bit there. That's too thick, that one. Some extremely bright orange here. And then I've got this one it's variegated, so I've got all this fluff laying around. This is a variegated one. I might use this. It could come up nice. It could show up really nicely. Oh, sorry about that. You're really close to me now, aren't you? Okay, well I can see what I'm doing. I can see what you can see. So we're going to do this thread through there any minute now. Okay, come on. Getcha. Gotcha. Okay, now I've got to figure out how I'm going to fasten that onto there. I'm going, because it's variegated, it's going to start out with a really dark orange bit, so I'm going to do that because I'll get a fair bit out of the dark orange piece. So we put this a bit straighter than what it is, and I've got to tuck that under there because I don't want that sticking out. And when I go around here, I'm going to pick up, I'm coming through the felt and I'm coming through the fabric on the little circle, and then I'm going to go, let me see, I'll go down close to it, and I'm just going to stitch this on first, okay, just by putting a stab stitch around the edge of it. Maybe I'll do a back stitch around the edge of it. Maybe that'll be a better idea. So I'll go back in there. I know what I'm going to do now. I just had to work it out in my brain, you know, because I've got to come through there, like I'm going through the, goodness me, what a bit of cotton. I'm going through all bits, the whole lot, and back through where I come out, near where I come up, okay. So you want to go up through this back bit, through your little piece of felt that I've got under there, of course, through the little picture, and back down in there. That was painful. What hubby doing out the front? Don't tell me he's going to mow in the rain. Couldn't be. He must be putting the bin out. Okay, so we're going to go up through here and then back through down there. We're not necessarily going back through the whole thing because it doesn't matter if it's on an angle, and that's okay because I'm going to come around there and I'm going to fix that. I'm going up through there and I'm going back in just the felt, okay? But you need to go back so it's meeting up there with those, if you can see what I'm trying to do. Still a bit crooked, doesn't matter, I'm not going to worry about that bit. Well, I probably will because I'm being really picky about it, but I can't help that. I'm trying to hold it over there and back down here. So we're doing a back stitch on and off this piece, aren't we? We're doing a back stitch on and off there. Oh dear. And down in there. And I think I've got a piece of cotton caught in that. Got it out. Back down in there. You see what I'm doing? Okay. That bit there's sitting out and then push him back in. We don't want any peaky bits, do we? In through there. I don't think that's in the middle. Never mind. It's all right. I had to make appointments with the doctor and the eye doctor yesterday, the optometrist, and both of them, one I can't get into the end of this month, and the other one was in May. I just need to get me new glasses, and I need to get me prescriptions, that's all. But the doctor, they rang me back and said I could go in a few weeks earlier than what they had me down for, because she put me on because I've got to get things. It's ridiculous. You can't get in to see the doctors because there isn't any really around here. They don't deliver babies in the town. They don't have anybody to operate on anybody because there's no doctors here anymore. They're all retired, the ones that we had for years. They retired and nobody's come to replace them. But the maternity unit out there, they don't deliver babies because there's no... Oh, it's ridiculous. We have a big new hospital that they built out there. I don't know how long ago it was. It was probably 5 years more, maybe more than 5 years ago. And they've got maternity unit, but they've got nobody to work in it. I don't think. I don't know why it doesn't have babies there. If you want a baby, you got to go. If you want to have a baby, you got to go to a different town. If anybody goes into labour, they've got to go to a different town for the baby to be born. And why build all that big hospital? And then now they've got no doctors to operate in there. It's not very good living out here. I suppose you get a helicopter to take us somewhere if we need one. I never do. I won't have to have a baby. That's good. I've had mine, thank goodness. But my husband still panics about other people. He says, what are they going to do if they're going to have... My daughter's actually going to go to a different town to have hers too. She doesn't want to have it where she lives. I'm not going to say that because she reckons it's not good enough, but she lives in a city. But she reckons she's going to have hers in a different town, so I don't know. Look, there we go. We went round there with that back stitch that went up and down off of there. Now, I'm going to come up here through the top of it again, and I'm going to put some stitches around that because I needed those. Besides having to hold that down, I needed them to fasten this on to as well, because I'm going to do a needle weaving thing. I'm not going to really. I'm going to do a blanket stitch around here, a detached one. One of my favourite things to do. Probably 2 in each loop. You reckon? 1, 2. It's nice to work with felt. It's really easy to sew through. It really is good. I suppose there's a little gap in between each one of these because just because of the way that it's sewn. Each stitch is a part of ways. I'm going to hold up my work, and I'm going to let the needle fall down so it'll spin undone, because it's all getting all tied up because we're going up and down through here. I might have to go through the pointy end. So you don't do it with the pointy end, because otherwise you might get caught in the thread, and I did that too. Got it really badly caught up. You can use a needle that hasn't got a point on it, but then when you need the point, you're going to have to change back to the other needle. And you can get through here without picking up everything. Hubby's cleaning up the spare room, I can tell. He's tidying. Right. There goes everything. I think we're changing from summer to winter anyway, we are, because we've got heaters and fans that he swaps around. So we got, because it's hot, cold, we got the heaters working. I've got one in here now. We had one in our room last night that we turned on before we go to bed just to warm the room up, because if we have our shower before we go to bed, it gets really cold if you haven't got the... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this, because I don't want the light bit now, because then it's not going to... It would have worked if I was doing something else, but I'm going to put that down through the back there, and I'm going to get another bit of it. I'm going to get another piece with the orange bit on, because I do like it, the orange part, and that's not enough probably. Variegated. I'm just going to cut that bit off and get the next piece. There we go. I'm going to tie this to here. Be my knot. Be both knots, won't it? I'm just tied on the last one. Can't see what I'm doing, but you just make a knot by tying them both together, or just do your finishing off the way you do and you're starting off the way you do, because Sonya just has to be difficult sometimes. I'm sorry about this, but that worked all right. Just make sure you don't cut the wrong thing off now. Okay, now I'll thread this on. So I can finish going around this one. Well, I've gone blind here now. You can't see that. Come on, you can get through there, please. Rightio. Now, I'll come back up through here. This is where we finished off, I think. Okay. And I'm going to come like under the stitch there. If I got it all the way through, yeah, good. Now I go down in here. I'm excited about getting that machine, me big shot out, because I haven't used it for a while. It's been in the spare room on a table in there, and because there was other stuff in there, I didn't get a chance, couldn't get it in there to use it, so I can't put it in here. There's not enough room to put it in here. Well, there is, but I won't be able to move, but that's a lot of stuff going on, I suppose. I'm quite cosy though with everything around me like it is, even though it's a bit untidy. It's okay. I can reach everything, and I need it to be this way, so I can reach everything, and I know where most things are now, except for that bird I lost here this morning. Well, that was what I was going to do, put the bird on this. But we got a flower, and we can actually put something on the flower to make it a bit more interesting, can't we? Did I put 2 in that last one? Oh, gee, I hope so. I think they're a bit further apart now, these stitches. I might stick 3 in that one. It just doesn't look like I filled that up properly. Oh, yeah, it is. It's got 2 on it. Maybe I should have put my stitches a tiny bit further together, but I think it works all right. I should never doubt it, I suppose. It's all fun. It's all good fun. It's slow stitching. And you can, like a lot of people just do just plain straight stitches. And you know what? This is better, because to me, you've been more creative to me, in my way of thinking. You can do whatever you want to and make a nice piece of art. Make yourself a nice piece of artwork. Or for somebody else, make somebody else a nice piece of art using your stitching abilities. So now, I don't know if I've got time to do, I think I'll go around the outside now with something again. I need to put something in there, I do. That's that. But I'm thinking about might put another bit around it. Okay, let's go again. We're not happy with just that bit, we need a bit more. This one I'm going to try and do a little bit looser and further apart. I'll drop the needle down again. Just to undo that, I'm going to have a mouthful of water. Sorry about that. Okay, now I'm going to pick this up. Make it not so tight. Let's go probably in every second one. We're going to make it more loopy. A bit loopier. You know, like the bigger stitches. A bit bigger stitches. I haven't been out to the shops for a while to get, I don't know, about probably a week or something. I haven't been for Cairns for a while. I've got to take myself up there at the end of this week, I suppose, have a look about. See what I can find. I can't. You know what I'm going to do? After having this camera for years, and it nearly, happens up to its use by date, I'm actually going to go on the internet and work out how to use it. Is that terrible? I can turn it on and off, and I can put the videos from here to my computer, but I don't know how to pause it and how to see how much time it's got left on it, and I've never got around to, thought about doing it until, late at night or whatever, and or now through the day when I'm doing something else, and I just feel like I need to go and learn how to use it, because I really want to get another one the same, because I do like it. I think the price has gone a bit high, but it still doesn't matter. It works really good because I can see what's going on. That's my issue. I need to see if you're in the shot, and I need to be able to do that. But I'm going to work out. There's got to be things on pausing it and stuff like that I can go in there, because the other day I was looking. I accidentally clicked on the button and it went to somewhere where it said, I don't know, what was it? I can't remember now. Something to do with the setup of it, that's right. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and see if I can figure out how to use it now, after all these years. I think I might have had it a fair bit, about 3 or 4 years now, maybe more. It's my third camera since I've been doing this. It's one of those camcorder things. Myself and my daughter, we went halvesies in it for my birthday or something years ago. Okay. Righto. That's pretty cool. I like that. Got to do something with this outside bit, I'm afraid. I feel like I need to put something else around where this green is. I like that round there, and I like that one round there, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this here. I suppose I could get the book here and have a look in that and see if I could see something interesting. I don't know. I'll put that round the whole green. How about blue? Because that's got the blue in it. We could put a bit of blue around there too. That'd look good. I like the blue. What size this is? 5. It's a little bit thicker than what I would use, because I usually use the 8. So it's the you should be able to get that through there, I think. The higher the number, the thicker the thing. That one's pretty good. Look at this. This is what size hexes I want to make, because they're going to go on here. I hope 1 or 2 will. Yep, hubby's on the phone now. I think he's talking to someone. Did I decide what I'm doing? I think I do now. Maybe I should put it on there. Could incorporate it into that, couldn't I? But then it's the same stitch again. I'll just do one bit and see what I think. And go through there. You don't have to go through the bottom bit, you just want to go through here. And I probably should be doing that with the back of the needle too, I suppose. I need to put it down over the side. I think I might, eh? What do you reckon? I need to fasten it to the thing. So we'll go back through here. Reverse. Alright. I think I got the idea. I think. Oh dear, we caught it up now. Nobody panic, it should come off. Okay, so now I'm going to go down in the middle bit. And where am I going to come back up? Just back behind there. What do you reckon? Oh no, I'm not in the shot yet. See where I've come down in there, and I've come back just back behind it. And I want to go down in here again. And you need to have your cotton underneath your needle. Whoops. Righto. Okay. So go down in the back. Alright. There. Don't get that hooked up there, that's wrong. Alright, now you're going to come up near that, or even this side of it a bit, see? Righto. Now I think I've got something working. Go down in behind here. And get down in there. Come up through. I'm on the other side of where I went out, see? Just up the other side of where that stitch went down. Go back under there. This is not a very big stitch I've got here.